Welcome to Autism in Black Live. We are rooted in advocacy, not fear, rooted in truth, not stigma. Here, we center Black autistic voices, uplift Black families, and build spaces that are affirming, unapologetic, and full of joy. Whether you are a parent, professional, or autistic adult, this is your space. Together, we break down barriers and build up community. So grab your seat at the table. We're just getting started. Good Thursday afternoon, evening, beautiful people. I am Maria Davis Pierre. I am the CEO and founder of Autism in Black, here with my hubby.
What's going on, AIB community? Yours truly, Dr. Barry Pierre, the co-founder of Autism in Black. What's going on?
And we are back for another episode of our Vision to Venue series. If this is your first time joining us, this is where we do a behind-the-scenes look of what it takes to take our vision and bring it to venue for our 6th annual Autism in Black conference happening April 17th through the 19th. And you can go to that lovely website scrolling across the bottom of the screen to check out our page, but we have something in store for you today as well, to secure your ticket. And before we get into it, we like to turn it to Dr. Barry to talk about our YouTube page.
Yeah, so again, this has been one of our goals with many as we work to promote said conference of running the YouTube numbers up, especially with amazing content that we have there and amazing content we plan to have there, right? So again, you hit the same link, head over to the YouTube page, and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you are always aware of what's going on. We actually record these episodes and throw them on the YouTube page so you can always go back and check out what did they talk about yesterday? Who are they highlighting this week? What are some of those, those vision type mindsets that I need to know, especially if I'm thinking about, hosting my own event conference? That's where you're going to see all of those episodes. So appreciate everyone who has been subscribing. We are up to about 609. Yes. 609 subscribers now. Absolutely amazing. The goal is to get to 1,000 before the end of this Vision to Venue series, which of course means that we're at the start of the 2026 Autism Black Conference. So definitely excited about that. So make sure you subscribe for us.
Thank you, Dr. Barry. So go to that link or the website scrolling across the bottom, and I'll give you the link to our YouTube page as well as our conference page. And if this is your first time joining us, we are not live. This is pre-recorded and placed at 6 p.m. every day on our socials. So if you are commenting in the comments, we see you, and we'll probably address it on our Friday's episode where we do Q&A.
Which is live.
Yes, which will be live. So tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, we will be actually live. But we also do theme days every day. Well, Monday through Friday, they are theme days. And today's theme is marketing. And as Dr. Barry promised earlier in the week when we were talking about our different ticket tiers, we are now going to go through the actual registration funnel to talk about how we cater it to our different ticket tiers and audience types. So with that said, I am the tech here. I'm going to get us ready, and Dr. Barry is going to take us through his marketing funnel. If you guys didn't know, Dr. Barry is a certified funnel builder. So yes, he does. He is a physician, but in his spare time, he likes to do all of the tech for Autism in Black.
And it's not a lot of spare time, but the spare time we get, we take advantage of. And when I've always been enamored with the aspect of marketing. It's definitely been one of those things where, and just technology itself, like I always told people, like if I wasn't a physician, I would definitely be doing something in the technological space, because that's something where I enjoy and I can spend hours doing. So we are here at our conference page, which we're actually going to be working on upgrading pretty soon as well too. Nothing you guys worry about. But what I like to do, especially as we kind of walk through the process, and this show is going to be a lot for my entrepreneurs, my content creators, who kind of need to understand kind of the psychology behind kind of why we do the things that we do. And I think that kind of helps bridge that gap of trying to understand, like, all right, like how can I, get to the point where I'm having a 6th annual conference, like the AIB team, right? So first and foremost, obviously, what I like to do, again, I use a program called ClickFunnels. I've been using it for
decade.
almost a decade. Yeah, I've been using it for a while. And it's definitely one of the best landing page platforms around. Very intuitive to use, and it has a lot of bells and whistles. Not necessarily important today, but really important just for those who may be thinking about, trying to drum up an email list or sell some books, or sell anything. This is kind of how we go, right? So we have our registration page, which I think from top to bottom, I like to give people an idea of like why we do things we do. For those who, again, this will be a quick marketing lesson. For those who understand, there's about 3 different audiences, right? And there's the audience who really knows you, really loves you. There's an audience who's aware of what you're doing, right? And if you're following this, if you're seeing an episode, if you're seeing an ad, and it was your first time, and all of a sudden, every time you go on Facebook or Instagram, you see us, you're in that audience, that warm audience that like, hey, I just heard about them last week, but now I see them everywhere, right? And there's people who don't know us at all, right? We consider those our cold audience, right? Those are people who we need to get to know us, but they didn't even know we were around until we started doing our work. So typically when we are creating our registration pages, we have to do it in mind of all of those people, right? Like I wish I could just throw a landing page on here that says, hey, get your ticket, and then call it a day. Right, that would be so easy for me. But Maria will tell you it ain't never that easy, right? So we do tend to have to make sure we are catering to all of our AIB and future AIB community whenever we're doing any event, right? Whether it's the summit, whether it's the conference, whether when we're selling Maria's books, her web, whatever the thing is, we have to make sure we are incorporating all of those audiences, right? Because it's important, right? Everyone's going to have their thoughts and their wishes and their questions, so we want to make sure we have that, right? So typically when we're doing a kind of this top-down approach of our registration page, the first half, right? First third, right? Let's say that the first third, because there's 3 audiences. The first third is our people who really know us, who really love us, who've been, aware of us for years or so, or been to past conferences. Those are the people who they just need to know where they get their tickets at, right? Like those are the people who they just need to know, hey, how do I get a ticket? What's going on? How do I get the ticket? Or they have like specific questions that they know they need to kind of answer. So we typically right at the top will throw things like, hey, what is AIB about? Like, hey, what is this hotel information? Who's been the past speakers, right? Registration actually will be updating it for our current speakers. Once all of the paperwork is done, you'll know who the current speakers and their topics are as well too. So that's going to happen. And then most importantly, kind of the register, right? Like, so those audiences, they already know Maria. They already love Maria. They already know the AIB community. They're just ready to go, right? So for them, right at the top, it's like, hey, get your ticket, right? Like, I don't even got to do the work. Get your tickets, right? And then we have the people who want to kind of like are aware of us. Maybe they saw an ad, maybe they hit Google and we popped up some way or some form, and they just like, all right, let me see what this Autism in Black is, right? So that's where we typically do a lot more educating on like the brand. Because again, right, first of all, welcome to the Autism Black Conference, right? So again, you already are aware, like, all right, this is why I'm here for it. So you're not confused about why you're here. This is why I'm here for. We hit them with the theme, again, rooted in healing, cultivating understanding, strength, for joy right off the bat, right? And then we kind of give them an idea of what they are expecting, right? And not only do we do it in text form, right, the words, but we also have a nice little video as well. We won't play the video here, but we also have a video as well too for it, right? So people can kind of understand, like, okay, all right, these this is not like some rinky-dink organization. Like they're actually pretty serious with what they do, right? So you can see the dates, you can see the times, locations, you can see replay access. The fact, especially for my professionals, right? You got CE. I always put CEUs because I'm thinking about the physician, but it's actually CE hours, right? CE hours available. Any corporate sponsors we got going on right now, PMC, your boy truly is the corporate sponsor for the conference. And then obviously all of the things that they get, right? So you don't even have to scroll very long, and you kind of have a good idea. All right, what am I going to expect with this conference? And we do that for lots of different reasons. I know Maria tell you. First of all, we do a good job with the ads, right? We write a lot of stuff on our ads. We say a lot of stuff in our video, but people still be having a lot of them saying questions, right? So like, and you guys have, just hit in the chat. Hit in the chat if you've seen an ad and then you click the ad, but then you go to the page and you're kind of confused because you're like, hold on, the reason why I clicked the ad is not the reason, like I can't see the answer. So we try to answer that question right off the bat, right? Like, hey, like, where is it? Right? We get that all the time. Like, again, and it sounds funny, but honestly, they'll see the video ad, they'll see the text, and a lot of them comments be, where's this conference going to be? And we kind of have to educate, like, yes, it's an in-person conference, but guess what? It's also a virtual conference as well, right? So you get you can get the best of both worlds, right? So we do that right off the bat. And if you don't like reading a lot of words, we put it right in the video as well too, right? So we do like I said, we could do a job because we know our artists, we know our AIB community, we love y'all, and we know the questions that y'all have. So we try to make sure we try to answer those quickly. Because I tell Maria all the time, a confused mind, right, can't make a decision, right? Like, so if you're walking around, like if you get to the page and you're still confused about why you're even at the page, guess what? You leave the page. I don't want y'all leaving the page, right? I want y'all scrolling the page, reading about what's going on, right? So we, boom, right there, right? Hopefully a lot of the questions that we typically get on our ads, we put right in the beginning, right? Right there, right? But again, we have some people who still got questions, right? We have some people who still maybe like they still need a bit of understanding. That's when we tend to, and Maria we talk about the warm and cold audience, right? That's when it starts to get a little bit colder because maybe this is the first time you heard about the Autism Black Conference. We've been going on for a while, but you'd be surprised in the year 2026, there are people who have still never heard about us, right? Which makes my job, I love it, right? Because that means I still got some work to do, right? So then we have to kind of move forward, right? And we kind of have to, show a little bit of proof, right? So people can kind of understand, like, nah, we didn't just come out of nowhere, right? And we haven't, as you can see, right, over 3,000 attendees and counting since the beginning of this thing, right? Like we've had a lot of people been checking out Autism Black and Autism community for a while, right? And again, we just answer questions. Why do people keep coming back to this conference, right? So we get to that point where hopefully we've broken down enough obstacles, especially from a mental standpoint, that people understand, like, oh, you know what? I like what I see, right? And I trust what I see. Because if you don't trust the organization, especially whether it's virtual or in person, you're not gonna buy no ticket. We understand that, right? So we got to make sure we build that trust with you guys, especially for those who may have came across our ads or may have heard Maria on a podcast episode, or seen a blog post or something, right? Because Maria does a lot of things, right? So we have to make sure we drive that home to kind of build that trust, right? So we do a great job getting 15 dynamic sessions, trainings that reflect real life, right? Hybrid, like we do a lot of things, right? A lot of things to kind of look out for our community. And of course, right, this is what I love to do, right? I love to make sure we throw the family on there for lots of different reasons. One, because I want people to understand that this is a family affair, right? The Autism Black community is a family affair, right? And like I would not be here, right, without especially that lady to the far right, right? That young woman to the far right, who started it all, right? Or I guess that left, if you're looking at the picture, who kind of started it all, right? And beautiful, amazing children, right? So like I like to make sure I pull on the emotional heartstrings for those who may be still liking what's going on. We got way more text for you as well too. We're not going to read it here on this show, right? But again, we're just driving home the fact that, hey, this is the Autism in Black way, right? We got the vision, right? Right? Because now, right? Because I still gotta, especially for my cold audience, I still gotta like convince you. I know I gotta convince you. I understand, right? So guess what? Instead of us telling y'all why Autism in Black community is so amazing, right? I get multiple, and I mean multiple people, right, to say the same thing, right? Like, and these are some of our amazing speakers we had just last year, right? Shout out to Dr. Althea, Cheryl, Dr. Frizzell, Dr. Brown. Like, shout out to the whole team right here. Absolutely amazing, phenomenal job last year, kind of holding us down. because we know some people, again, like they may not take our word for it, right? They may not take the video or text, but if they see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10 people, right, say the same, like say, hey, yeah, you might as well want to trust this conference, like they kind of make our job a little bit easier, right? And then guess what? We get, instead of just speakers, because maybe y'all think, you know what, Dr. Pierre paid these people, right, to speak, right? We get the people who paid us, right, to come to the conference to speak as well too, to kind of give their thoughts, right? So again, more is just driving home the fact that we want to make sure we build that trust together. We got some pictures for y'all so y'all can kind of see what to expect. We got vendors, we got the kids there. We had our host Quinn, who did a phenomenal job last year. I'm on there a couple of times. Maria's on there a couple of times. Some of our speakers. So it's another, like our goal, right, is to make sure that this isn't just a registration page. This is the trust page. This is a, do I trust the Autism in Black organization with my money, right? With my time, which I think is even more important than your money, right? Like, do I trust them, and do they value my time enough, right, to make sure I have a good old time? What do you say about that, Maria? Like, what do you say about just that?
I love the flow of our page. I think you get to know us in a different manner, especially if you have no idea who we are. A lot of people find out that not only are we raising neurodivergent children, but I myself am autistic and have ADHD, right? So it's not that we are just doing this this whole brand from one perspective. It's from many perspectives. I speak from the perspective of a late diagnosed autistic adult. I speak from the perspective of a parent raising neurodivergent children. I speak from the perspective of a professional who does this work, right? So I think you get to know us from a different side and see that, because a lot of times our name alone gets attention, but we want you to understand that we really know this work that we're doing. And that funnel does just that. It shows all of the receipts, because sometimes you got to have the receipts to know.
Gotta have receipts.
We are about this life. So the page shows the receipts that we are truly about this life.
And we drive home the fact who this who this conference is for. Who should be here, and we just do that over and over again, right? Because those are a lot of the questions, like, can I come, should I come, is this for me? We always get the, is this for me? And 9 times out of 10 the answer is yes, right? Yes. Like, in fact, the only time it's not for you is if you don't think that being Black and autistic is like a difference, right? It's probably more for you, but we know that you probably not in the right mindset yet, right? To make
I would
that change.
say, if you do not want to believe, even with the data, because you may not know it's different, and you're coming here to find out, that this is the space to do that. But if you don't care how much data and real live experience we show you, that's the one person that does not need to come. The rest of you 9 show up and meet us here April 17th or the 19th. That April one
17th
don't come up with the family unit that we have going here.
Right. And then of course I gotta highlight Palm Beach County, right? Because a lot of people say, why y'all in Florida? Look at this beautiful city, y'all. Look at the beautiful city.
Don't make these people mad. We are in Florida because we live here.
That's a beautiful city. That the conference is right at that convention center. Downtown is right down the street here. Restaurants everywhere. Kravis Center, if you know, like, come on, like this is why we gotta do in South Florida, right? Like, shout out to Palm Beach County, shout out to Palm Beach County Convention Center. And again, we have hotel information right there as well too, right? Because again, like, you may want to know, like, all right, if I go to this conference, where do I stay at? Right, boom, we got the hotel information right there for you. Like, we try to answer again. And of course, I gotta have some pictures of Palm Beach County, so y'all know this beautiful city is a place y'all can come to and enjoy and have a good time. Bring your family down, even though we're not gonna have kids at the conference, right? Keep the kids in the hotel room, right? And
There's
then
plenty to do,
or keep the kids at the house.
Yes.
Keep the kids at the house.
If you want
and
to
have it, because there's plenty of adult things to do in Palm Beach County too, right? Y'all can keep the kids at the house for a weekend, right?
Because even though you see our kids in the picture, they're only there for the last hour on a Sunday, we bring
That's
them in.
it.
They're
That's
not
it.
there the entire. They're actually in school, but yeah, they're not there the entire time. We bring them in for that last little bit because they enjoy what we do, and it's a family affair, and we like them to see what's possible as well. So they're only there for the last hour.
And we talked
Before
about
you move to that,
the registration page.
yes. Before you move to that, I will go back up to the Palm Beach County Convention Center. So yes, our conference is in the convention center and our host hotel is the Hilton, but our host hotel is actually connected to the Palm Beach County Convention Center. So you don't have to go outside or anything. If you don't want to leave, the buildings, you don't have to.
Right.
You can walk directly from the hotel into the convention center. It is connected.
Right. It's right. Like, so this is the convention center to the right, and this
Mhm.
white building right there is the hotel. It's right there.
Yep, and they're connected. You do not have to leave a building. You do not have to get an Uber from the host hotel to there. It's just a swift little walk from the rooms to the convention center. So don't worry about, it's at the Palm Beach Convention Center, but the host hotel is different. It's connected. So for those of you who like the convenience of not having to leave an Uber around, that is the convenience of that.
Yep. Especially because the hotels, like not hotel, the airport's like close as well too, right? So like when you get off the airport, drop it hotel, and then
you actually don't even have to Uber from the PBI airport, which is where you should be flying into, to the host hotel, because the host hotel has a shuttle to and from the airport to the hotel, I think until like 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. So if you're flying in early during the day, you do not have to Uber because it's like only 5 minutes from the hotel to the airport. They have a shuttle for you, so you are saving in that manner as well.
Yep. So again, if y'all are living in those states where it ain't no beaches, right? Come to the conference.
Look, you remind me of something else, because also the hotel has a little trolley that will take you to the beach from the hotel and to other little places in the city place area as well. So you don't even have to Uber to the beach. You just get on the little trolley and it takes you around Palm Beach County.
And we're definitely gonna do one of these episodes at the convention center, right? So you guys can kind of see what it's like okay, all right, this is what it is. And like I said, we'll have some videos at the convention center for y'all. If y'all caught, was it last Thursday's episode where we were doing the photo shoots? So yeah, we had some outside photos. We were around this area here, like having a good time taking pictures. Took some pictures around the building as well too. So definitely a great time. And of course, obviously the registration section, we talked about that earlier this week. Get that registration. And last but not least, this section right here gets a lot of burn too, because we typically try to compile a lot of the questions that we get throughout the ads, just throughout, all of these years. And we try to put them down here as well too, right? So especially for my audience who's like, all right, I hear what they're saying. I hear the testimonials. I see the testimonials. Palm Beach County looks amazing, but I still got a few questions. You can scroll right all the way down to the bottom. And most likely we've got your frequently asked question down here as well too, right? Like we got 19 questions. We still got a chance to answer more, right? Put some more if need be, right? So again, I think it's so important, because especially for my audience who, like, sometimes you got to be convinced all the way fully. Sometimes you got to be convinced all the way fully before you make that final decision. And usually the frequently asked questions is enough to kind of push you over and say, okay, all right. Like I got no more objections. I got no more reasons to say no. I need to be at this conference when April 17th to the 19th. I need to be here. Right. So usually this frequently asked questions is like that last domino of like, okay, they got me. Like they don't ask whether there's group pricing. Is there a host hotel? Is this conference helpful for parents of newly diagnosed children? I'm an autistic adult. Is this for me? Is travel and hotel included in my ticket? No. Like, will there be a vendor
Question number
marketplace?
16.
Yeah.
That one is the
Oh,
conference only
yeah.
for Black
Only for
attendees.
Black attendees. I should have put this number one. I should have threw this right at the top, right, man? Because we love y'all. We love y'all. We need y'all there, right? And if I still have questions, who do I contact? If for some reason you get through the whole page and somehow we missed your question, right? This you can still contact us. You can contact us, support@autismblack.org, and we're gonna get that question asked so we can make sure you are there at the event April 17th to 19th, right? So again, this is from a marketing perspective. Like I said, it may seem random, but it's not. I can assure you, right? Like the videos may seem random, the pictures may seem random. It's not. We have to make sure we are looking out for our community who has lots of questions, and we value their time, we value their money, and we want to make sure that before they depart with their money, they completely trust us that we're going to get the job done. And after 6 years, folks keep showing up, right? So we've done a good job at proving that we get the job done.
Exactly. And I know a lot of individuals have been asking about who's speaking this year. That is being updated sometime this weekend. Dr. Berry will have it updated. We are done with all of our speaker contracts. We have finalized them.
Let's go.
They might be marketing before we do that they're speaking, because they get their stuff tomorrow. So we are very excited about this year's speakers. We have new speakers, and then we have some of those who have been with us since year one. Cheryl Poe.
That's always so tough, right? Because obviously, our speakers do such an amazing job. We would love to keep the same ones, but our goal is obviously to try to keep getting a new opportunity for those who need to speak, who want to speak, who have an amazing lesson for us. And that's where we get our new speakers to come through.
Exactly. So we're very excited about our lineup this year, and the CE information will also be updated at the same time the speakers are as well. So the registration page will be updated by Monday, and it'll have all that new information on there, just in case you're one of the ones who likes to see who's speaking before you purchase a ticket. But for those of you who know that no matter who's speaking, we know that the education, the fun, the community is going to be there. Go ahead and click that button, get your tickets, and join us April 17th through the 19th, either virtually or here with us in sunny West Palm Beach, Florida, where we live. Join us at the Palm Beach County Convention Center because we have so much in store for you all. I am so excited for you guys to truly see everything that we have been pouring into this vision for the last year. And it all is going to come to life April 17th through the 19th. And I want you all there to see that and experience that with us, because we are going to be rooted in healing that entire 3 days. So please join us.
We can't wait to see y'all. Tomorrow we are live with the Q&A.
Yes. We're going to be live with the Q&A tomorrow, because I know a lot of y'all be thinking we're live, and we're not. My friends have told me it's so, I think you live. I don't know why you're not talking back to me in the comments. No, we're not live then, but we plan on being live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, and we are answering questions. It is our recap of the week of all the shows we've done, and our Q&A. So if you have questions, especially about the different ticket options, about the hotel, about wherever, you need to be with us 6 p.m. tomorrow, Friday, February 20th, so we can get those questions answered, and you can go ahead and get your ticket, book your hotel, or what have you, what you need to do, because the earlier you book your stuff, the cheaper it is. So Please do so. Other than that, I think this has been a great, informative marketing show. Dr. Berry loves this, you guys. As you can see, he was just going. So
I had to pace myself because I can go.
He can go. He can go. But it was very informative, and hopefully it gave you guys some insight on why we market the way that we do, because it is all very intentional. So until tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, enjoy your Thursday, and we will see you all tomorrow.
All right.